Sports. Okay. Is sports acceptable to the leaders? That's good. To be like a jersey or something. I'll remember that. We'll send it out.
Like the
okay, so that's our 5. Now you guys have decided. Well done. Excellent job. We have our t-shirts. We got District, Thriving, Maroon Red, and then we're doing football, sports, and then we'll have the NYG shirt. That's not the order we'll wear them in, but that's like the t-shirts you'll have. Bring some extras because we have like the bus ride and stuff, but those are the t-shirts that we will kind of provide for you guys. Well, besides the Maroon Red, unless I find something that I want to make you guys all wear, it'll be, the sports one for sure will be like bring a jersey you want to wear or bring something you want to wear. So I'll see all you guys wearing Chiefs jerseys because we're all Chiefs fans, right? That's right. More red. More red. So yeah, all right, sweet. Excellent work, excellent work. So for that, the cost, just to lay this all out for everybody, finalized total cost should be around $1,400. Of that, the church covers half, so we're down to $700. And of that, all of you guys have already paid your deposit, your $200 deposit. So that means sometime between now and May 1st, I believe it is, we have to get the other $500. You can do that. You can do that weekly if you want to do a weekly check and do it that way. You could do it monthly. You can do it all in one big fat check and just get it done with. I don't really care. As long as you guys say, hey, this is what we're doing, and you communicate with me, I don't care. But as long as I have it by May 1st, that's the deadline for early registration, which is basically means that we do it beforehand. So I'm not trying to get there and pay registration and do all this other stuff while we're trying to settle and everything. I don't want to have to deal with that. So we're going to try to get it all done beforehand. So for that money, what that covers is your housing, your registration, your transportation, your food, any fun stuff that we do, your club, the t-shirts, the district of everything. So basically the only thing that you have to bring, like cost-wise, is if you want to have some money to buy a souvenir, or if you want snack food. Like, and some of that, I want to get some Bremen cards, and I'll bring a bunch of snacks, but we have a couple members of the congregation that want to give us snack packs too, and that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at on that. So that's what it costs. That's how much it'll cost you guys, is about $500. But with that, there is, I don't remember if I made a slide, there is some fundraising we're going to have to do to kind of cover the difference. The church puts aside some money, but it wasn't quite enough, so there's a little bit that we have to cover. I think between Easter breakfast, Advent dinner, Lent dinner, and a couple other, like some people gave us some money for those fall cleanups we did, a good chunk of it is probably going to get covered, but we have to do probably a little bit of fundraising. So for that, I think probably for one thing we'll do in the church is one of those envelope walls where you buy a mile on the bus, or buy a tire, or buy a chair, and that kind of stuff, and you kind of mix.
People don't buy on 4 tires.
Well, we only have 3 tires in the bus, and somebody's got to go like hold up that end of the wheel or something. I don't know.
I'll run underneath the bus.
And Henry will run underneath the bus and hold up that corner of it, and we'll trade him out every once in a while. But yeah, so that's we'll probably do that to kind of cover a decent chunk of that, and then the other thing I want to do is something outside of the church, because I don't want to just be asking for money from the church the entire time. If we can do something outside of that, so for that, I've got some ideas, and Eric's got some ideas, but I'm open to other ideas from you guys. If you have anything that you want to suggest, ideas you've done before, things you've seen other churches do that were cool, whatever, let me know, and we can try to put that together to kind of cover that difference. I imagine usually what ends up happening is you over budget and you have leftover, so I'm not too worried about it. But I'd rather get down there and be like, oh, we have $5,000 left over at the end of this thing, than be like, we're down there and we're like, oh, we ran out of food after the second day. But not that would happen. But well, for you maybe, Henry, but not for anybody. For you, George. But not for anybody else.
That's why we need the leader
I got those
packet.
two. That's it. So,
You did that
any
twice.
other questions about that? Make sense? Should be pretty straightforward. Not like it's a ton of money where we got to raise like $10,000 or something like that. It's just a little bit. And like I said, I think most of it will get covered by those dinners and a couple other things that we've been doing. We've had some generous people who gave us a pretty good chunk of change with the full crimps. So, yeah. Any other questions? Yes.
The housing, is that just like, sorry if I missed this, I was out earlier, but is that hotel or?
Yes. So we'll be staying in hotels. And like I was saying, there'll be 4 to a room. Chaperones are 2. So there'll be 2 chaperones. So like Liz and Amy, you guys will room together. Rick and you will room together, and then me and Abby will room together.
Darn. Don't want to room with him.
Stick all 3 moms together or something like that.
Be like after the first night, I'm
No,
sorry.
so that's kind of fun.
I get the suite.
I get the suite, you know, it's the perks of being a youth group now. I'll get the sleeping bag in the hallway. So, yeah, that's kind of,
In
it
front of
won't be
their
more than
door.
4.
Yes.
That's right.
Don't do that to him.
In the bathtub, maybe. Yeah, but it won't be more than 4 youth to a room. They won't let me do that, so I can't just cram 5 of you guys in the room, unfortunately, but they gotta maybe be nice to you guys or something. No, but yeah, it should be I'm guessing it's gonna be 3, probably 3 or 4 to a room. But yeah, it's hotels, all in the area. It is a walking thing, so wear nice tennis shoes, because we'll do a lot of walking. There's no busing, nothing like that between the places. We drive down there, we don't walk down there, but once we get down there, we do a lot of walking around, all over
Oh,
the
and
place.
as I was walking in, I was talking to the Nethertons who've been down to New Orleans to the youth gathering before, and they said, do not wear open-toed shoes because
The streets in New Orleans are not the cleanest.
so,
that you've ever
and they
seen.
said, didn't matter if we told the kids or not, a lot of them wore them, but it was nasty. So,
Yeah, wear
Don't
closed-toed shoes.
just wear tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Yep, be safe. And it's, it's a big city, so you get around some big city stuff, but it's a pretty safe area. And like I was saying at the last meeting, everywhere you go, you're walking with a huge crew of people, and there's Yavs and so Yavs are like college students, and there's adults that are guiding everybody. So it's not like you're just a random little youth group off wandering around by yourself in New Orleans. It's this huge like group of people that are like moving as one back and forth everywhere. So yes,
And please bring water bottles
yes.
because it will be hot, and that is one big issue that youth and adult leaders have had in the past.
Yeah, which I'll send a packing list out at some point. There'll be some stuff like that. But yeah, any other questions about just general what this thing is, what we're doing?
Giving out backpacks again?
There will be backpacks that we won't provide them, but the gathering provides backpacks. As far as I know, I'm guessing.
They get water bottles one here too. But
Yeah, and then sometimes there's.
but I would not count on that.
Yeah, don't count on it. And usually, if they do give you water bottles, they're not exactly the highest quality of water
Right.
bottles.
And they're small.
I know when I had one, it broke pretty quick. The backpacks usually are kind of, like, they're cool. I got them hanging up in my office, but one of them was like shredding and like the inside of it's falling apart. So, but they look cool, and you can put them up on your wall like me and be cool, and yeah, it'd be awesome.
And most everybody wears them.
Yes.
So you see everybody that's,
Yes,
you
and
know.
that's a big thing. Is
Yeah.
you wanna wear it because it's part of that. Like you're kind of marked as okay, this is the group. The police are looking out for that group because they know that's the backpacks, and we're gonna keep an eye on those kids and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's kind of one of those things that you wear to make sure you know what group you're a part of. But yeah, you'll get a backpack, which is kind of fun.
And again, Craig and Amber, like I said, I was talking to them. I've been there to New Orleans before, but not for this purpose. And they did say that this was the most organized. Like they appreciated. And have you been to New Orleans?
I've not been to New Orleans. My wife.
I
has
have.
been.
So yeah, so they said that of the ones that they've been to, and they've been to several, that they said this was the most organized, and it felt very good and very safe. And so, because I was like, honestly, I was like, I don't like New Orleans. That's why I'm going, because I don't like it. So I'm like, I'm going to make sure. But they were like, oh my gosh, no, it's great because it's got the closest hotels and it's so safe, and
They
they
do it
felt
really.
really great about all of it.
New Orleans is they've done it a lot of times, and they're really good at keeping it organized.
And they like the Lutherans when they come to visit.
They like it. It's a good thing.
Yeah,
A couple
they
of other
really
cities.
want us there.
Yeah, they want us to. Yeah, it's a good thing.
What's the expected attendance?
Usually they hit between 20 to 25,000 people.
Great.
So I think we will be in that range. Pretty fun. Yeah.
It's pretty cool to see.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah, because so you worship with 20,000 people, you hang out with 25,000 people. It's a lot of fun. It's a pretty amazing experience.
Oh, and I forgot, my son went the last time, and there was a lot of things that as parents at home, I could watch online, on their website. Like, I got to watch some of the Casting Crowns concert, and some of the speakers, and it was very moving to do that. I felt I connected with Riley Moore when he came home, because he was on this huge high. When when he came home, and it's hard to sometimes relate to people who haven't been there, so we tried, Addie, my daughter who's not here right now, who's going, her and I tried to watch a bunch of the stuff as we could to try to relate to what they were telling the kids and what they were saying and how they were pumping them up, and just, I mean, I get goosebumps right now because when he came home, I took sayings from the youth gathering and I printed them on paper and taped them all over his room, and just things to get him super excited, you know, still bring that momentum home with him to be really excited and still, you know, just, yeah.
Yeah, it's an
Anyway,
awesome
so-
experience. It can really truly be a pretty life-changing experience for people. So yeah, any other questions about that? I don't want to keep you guys too long. So any other questions about general what we're looking at? And thank you, Amy, for sharing that. That's awesome. I didn't even know about the website thing. That's awesome. So we'll make
At
sure
least
I'll
they
make sure
did
that
it
gets out.
when they were in Houston, I think he went to Houston.
Yeah, probably,
Is that
yes.
the last
Yep,
one?
that was the last one.
Yeah.
Houston. Yeah, I'm sure that
they did it then, so it was, I mean, you couldn't see everything,
Yep.
but there were just bits and pieces that you could go on and see, and it was pretty exciting. I was happy to see Cassie around on that.
Oh, yeah.
And the speakers, that was pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing. So, any other questions? General gathering related cost, transport, anything like that? That kind of stuff. So we'll do if we do any fundraising. Obviously, that'll be a time we get together. We probably will start getting together. I'm hoping every other month at least we'll do some kind of meeting, just like, hey, here's where we're at, here's what's going on. As we kind of get along, I want you guys to understand where we're at. And then there will be at least once or twice that'll be more like a, hey, let's get everybody together to do this thing, either if it's some fundraising or even if it's just getting together for some social time and just to get to know each other. Because I want everybody to kind of recognize who they're going with and understand who that is. So, any other questions? No? No more thoughts, Hadley? Okay. Good. I'm glad you got all your questions answered. I know you were really worried about it. Jacob, good?
I'm good.
Okay. All right. George? Henry? Okay. All right. Any other questions? Sweet. All right. We'll pray real quick, and then I'll let you guys go. Sorry. Okay. Let's move off there. All right. Dear Lord, thank you for this opportunity to get together to do this awesome event, this awesome experience. Lord, I pray that you just watch over us as we continue to follow along your path and continue to go on this massive event and this life-changing experience. Lord, I pray that you just watch over us, keep us safe until then, help us have a good time planning and all this organizing stuff as we get everything put together for this event. And just watch over us this Christmas season as we get to do all this fun stuff and travel and see family and friends and celebrate your birth, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, thank you guys.